Hey there, this is an Idle Champion's guide on familiars. I'll start with the basics of what they are and what they do. Then I'll go over some strategies that you can use with them, including how they interact with potions. All familiars function in the same way, the only difference is how they look. Familiars click so that you don't have to. There are a few ways to get familiars. You can buy some with gems that can be earned in-game, you can buy some with real money, or you can earn them by participating in special events. You need to reach level 66 in a mission before you can unlock familiars. Familiars can be placed on the upgrade section for champions and click damage. Only one familiar can be placed on a champion at a time. Familiars will click every second. If there is money to be spent, they will spend it. There's no priority system to favor a certain champion. It's entirely based on whether or not you have enough money in the bank when your familiar clicks. Familiars can be placed on the ultimate bar. You can place multiple familiars here. Every 30 seconds, a familiar will use a random ultimate. If there is no ultimate ready to use, the familiar will reset its timer. It won't wait and use an ultimate as soon as it becomes available. The timer isn't global. It's specific to each familiar and when you place them on the ultimate bar. A familiar starts counting as soon as it's placed. So, if you place one familiar, then place another 15 seconds later, a random available ultimate will be used every 15 seconds. You can place up to 6 familiars on the battlefield. They'll each click enemies 5 times per second, dealing click damage. Familiars can't be attacked, and they'll attack whichever enemies are closest to your champions. 3 familiars on the field will automatically collect gold, quest items, and gems. 5 familiars will open gem bags dropped by bosses, allowing them to collect the gems. 6 familiars will click on distractions, earning you more gold. Now that you know where you can use familiars, let's go over some strategies you can use with them. If you place familiars on a damage dealing champion and as many buff champions as you can walk away from the game and come back later to quite a lot of progress and a hard-hitting group of champions. If you have a lot of favor, the early game can be pretty tedious. This can help you get through it passively and get your champions ready for the late game. When it comes to the ultimate bar, it's not really useful to put more than one familiar on it. Multiple familiars means you'll quickly run out of ultimates and your familiars will end up not doing anything most of the time. Some champions like Bruna have a pretty quick ultimate cooldown. Assigning one familiar can add some damage to the field every now and then, which can be useful to passively progress past tough bosses. Personally, I don't think the ultimate bar is a very good use of familiars. Familiars on the field will perform a variety of tasks. Enemies flinch when attacked, so even when familiars don't deal much damage to enemies, they can effectively stun lock them because they attack so quickly. After some time, enemies do become resistant to the stun lock. If you upgrade your click damage, familiars can get through the early game much faster than champions because they attack so quickly. Keep in mind, click damage is shown as damage per click. Each familiar clicks 5 times per second, so your click damage per second is anywhere from 5 to 30 times higher than your click damage actually shows. Because they get through the early game so quickly, familiars can be used to farm gems. Depending on how many familiars you have, that strategy can change a fair bit. I have a more detailed guide on gem farming if you want to know how to do that. Potions can have an incredibly powerful effect on familiars. The huge potion of fire breath adds 600 seconds or 10 minutes worth of global party damage to each click. Because a familiar clicks 5 times per second, this means one familiar will do 50 minutes of party damage every second. I have 3 familiars. That means they would do 2.5 hours worth of party damage per second. If you have 6 familiars on the field, they'll be doing 5 hours worth of party damage each second. The huge potion of giant strength increases the damage of all champions by 900%, or by 9 times. This is an increase of 9 times to your global party damage. This means, with a huge potion of fire breath and a huge potion of giant strength, 6 familiars are now doing 45 hours worth of your original global party damage per second, or 7.5 hours per familiar. To put things into a better perspective, Let's say we start with 1 billion party damage per second. Using a huge potion of fire breath will make each click deal 600 billion damage. One familiar clicks 5 times per second, meaning it now does 3 trillion damage per second. Now let's add a huge potion of giant strength. One familiar now deals 27 trillion damage per second. If you have 6 familiars on the field, they'll be doing 162 trillion damage per second. That means your original 1 billion damage was multiplied by 162,000 times, or 27,000 times per familiar. That is an absolutely ludicrous amount of damage you can gain by using familiars and a couple of potions. These little critters are pretty cute, but they can help you out a lot. Whether you want them cheering on your champions from the champion bar, randomly raining down hell from the ultimate bar, or you put them on the field to be stun masters, loot grabbers, gem hoarders, bird obliterators, or a frontline nuclear flamethrower of death and hatred, well, these curious little creatures can do all of those things. I hope whether you're new to Idle Champions or you've been playing for a while, that some part of this guide helped you out and taught you more about familiars. As always, thanks for watching and good luck with the clicking.